Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Isochor from Zentangle. Now, this isn't, think this is one, well, yeah, it's at the beginning of my Zenthology book, which is a book that all CZTs get in training with all of the, at least up until the point that you get it, tangles from Zentangle. And I'm working on a project and I was looking for something and I came across this and I'm like, oh, and it's similar to one called Courant or Courant, whichever way you want to say it. And I have a video on that. So it's similar to it and it's a neat texture tangle. So what I'm doing, 4 corners and a border. So we'll just imagine this is a section of your Zentangle project, and maybe, well, I'm not sure what I want to do there, type of thing. Now this one for me stretches stretches me on the string side of things, because for those of you that know, I always have to just take a deep breath. So this is essentially, just a squiggle, however you want it to be. And I'm going to do my best. All right, so it just, like I said, however, it can come back on itself. It doesn't matter. Okay, there we go. So, some people have no problem and have no idea what I'm talking about. Others are like, yeah, I totally get that. So there's just something about doing something that's like that that's just like, okay, keep working at it. Keep working at it. It I don't know if it gets easier or not, but sort of, I guess. I find different ways mentally to go about doing it, so that way um, it's less painful. I'll be completely honest. That's the one thing. All right, so enough of my therapy for the moment. All right, so once you have this squiggle, then pick a place to start. I actually want to start right here, but I'm going to turn it. And now, in Courant, what we do is kind of aura. I have to look back at it. It might be like a maze. Actually, I think this one came first. No, I think the other one came first. But it's a different method inside your squiggles. This one, and it's almost like, I'll have to look up the name. I think I've done that. Oh yes, striping. Similar, not exactly. All right, so for here, I'm gonna and just pick one of the sides to aura, and we're gonna do that. With striping, it's similar to this, but you're filling in every other one, and it's kind of, and then going in different directions. So it's different enough. And this too, yeah, you want to go in different directions, and okay to leave some open spaces. So what I know on the step out. Okay, let's do this one this way, and I'm gonna go. I usually like to be able to see clearly the line that I'm auraing, but then I also like to use the curve of my hand as well. So one always has to win out over the other. Okay. And so on the step out, and I'm gonna double check, but I think you'll only have my version of the step out. I'm gonna see if I can find some examples from Zentangle, or maybe, or well, we'll just see if I can find some. Like I said, I think this is a not so commonly used one, but so it's just, figuring out, okay, well, what do I want to do next? And oh, you know what? I think I'll aura this line, the string line. And just, so there's alternating as best you can. And then, and I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, because, well, let me take that back, and I'm going to fill in some more. Well, let's just jump all the way down here because this is interesting. Whoops. Come on, pen. I have, let's see, I don't know if you can, oh, you can, yeah, this one is getting right down to the metal, and then also, I think I bent the nib a little bit, and so it depends on which way you hold it, and sometimes it behaves and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so that was like this. Oh, let's do this one this way. Now, one of the things that I noticed in the step out from Zentangle is that in some sections they didn't necessarily, fill in the entire section. So that is completely up to you. Because there are some other things that we can do with those sections. And let's see. And like I said, I just want to have them, okay, let's do it this way. I just want to have them alternating. There we go. And so this is the part that I do find fun, is, looking at the shapes and deciding, well, how do I want to aura them? And, and putting some curves in your lines helps as well. And just having fun that way. Now, I've left the kind of the orb shapes open, because I wanted to have some spaces on purpose to put some pearls. And so the pearl, if you're familiar with, hold on one second, I'm looking out of focus. There we go. I don't know why. If you're familiar with the Tangle / Ultimate Course Corrector Bronx Cheer, that's what we're going to do. So here, I'm going to put the orbs in to begin with. And all it is you kind of fill it in, and you can do it kind of scribbly if you want. And you just make sure to leave a little opening somewhere, and that's like the shine. And so in this one, that they have these intermixed with the lines. And I thought, well, that's a neat idea. And what's funny is I actually had to go back and because I was working on a project. Oh, they did. Oh, they left some. Oh, wait. Now on the one picture they left some open spaces, so you can leave some open spaces too. It's your tangle, and you can do whatever you want with it. On these bigger ones, I'm going to make it more like the Bronx Cheer. Although Bronx Cheer, you know what, and you can go like this. Oh, look I can go over the lines if I want to. It's your tangle. You do what you want. Usually when I do Bronx Cheer, I'm not doing the orbs to begin with, but for this, I wanted to kind of lay it out so that way I also have the gaps there, so you can kind of see what it is. Otherwise, it just kind of looks a bit like a mess. Oh, and let's just. Oh, wait, let me just take a peek. Nah, we'll fill it in with the orbs. Or with the pearls, I should say. And then we will do some shading. So if you are unfamiliar, while I do this last one, with the Bronx Cheer, this is pretty much how I end up doing it. I usually start with 2, then a row of 3, and then you just keep going. And it's for when you have that space that you just didn't care for whatever reason, and maybe some of the other course corrections didn't work. Course corrections meaning I usually look at filling something in, or just wait and see what the shading looks like. But this, then you do like this, and it's a raspberry. It's you're giving it the raspberries, and then from wherever the center is, you would just draw a couple of curved lines that would make it look like a stem, and there you go. But like I said, for this, I mean, you could do whatever you want and just have fun. Now let's look at some shading. Now what I like to do, and with this one, it does end up turning out really neat. Where your lines like meet, like right here, and every one is going to be a little bit different. I'm putting graphite on that inside, and we'll start one at a time. And then let's see. Oh, this one goes in there. So basically, where they're kind of perpendicular to another line, it's just a place to start. If you're inspired to do it another way, do it. It's all good. Oh, I should do the top of that one too. Oh, and let's come down here. And then you could also play with the levels of darkness in your shading. So like these are kind of right next to each other. I might come back and darken one of them. Oh, and I gotta get up here. You see all this rhyme and reason that I'm doing here. Oh, and I can do right underneath this. Well, because it's kind of a scribble, there's not necessarily an order. Oh, look at how neat that's looking already. And this is kind of going perpendicular into the pearls. Well, and this already has, it has from the outside, and I've got a lot left on here, so I'm just going to use that up. This one will be this side too, not that side, this side. Oh, I'm going to bring that, this looks like I didn't touch that one at all. I feel like it needs to be a little bit darker here, and then it's just play, play with the darkness level of them. Yeah, these ones that are around the outside, I think I need to have them a little darker. And then all of a sudden here we have this really neat abstract shape that is just, I don't know, I think it's rather cool. And like I said, play with adding maybe a little bit more graphite here or there, just depending on what your shape looks like. And like I did here, I added some graphite, and you just blend that line into what's already there, because there's already a gradient. I don't need to bring it out any further, because then, like you get the graphite remorse, and we don't want that. So sometimes you can, do it a little bit more side to side, or like this, where you just kind of scooch it. And then, just like everything else in Tangle, you decide which way is up. You could do a whole mono tangle, like I've done here, that it's just this tangle. That is kind of fun. But what I think is neat about it, even though I was kind of complaining, I was whining a little bit about the whole randomness thing. I do find it's a nice exercise for that. So as much as I like, okay, I gotta take a deep breath and just do it. It is like I said, it's a nice exercise in this random, and it's somewhat controlled because you're in a little space. That's also why, if you've never taken the essentials class, why we put the four corners, the border, and this is essentially a string. It's just that this one you do it in ink first, not in pencil first, and and then it is your whole pattern. So, yeah. So just have fun playing. That is the biggest thing. So there was something else I was saying, and then I lost track of it. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, I'm going to add some more. I don't like this white here. We're going to add some more pearls here. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, please subscribe to the channel. So while you're clicking, click that also. Feel free to share it, leave comments, all of that. I appreciate any and all of those activities as it helps with the whole algorithm thingy. In the description section, you will find a link to the step out. And if I find some great examples, I will share them there. That's what I usually do because I always like you to see it from the hand of the creator of the tangle. But in this case, we might not be so lucky, but that's okay. Like I said, it's a fun tangle. In that description section also, you will find ways to connect with me. So if you do enjoy my goofy style, then you might want to come and enjoy some Zentangle sessions with myself and my fellow Tangle addicts. I teach twice weekly. A lot of them are free. I do have some that are paid so I can keep myself in pens and whatnot. You'll see the schedule and the types of other classes that I do on my website, so you can check that out. You can also subscribe to my blog, and what else? Oh, also there's a link there to my Facebook page, as well as our Tangle Addicts community, and that's a private Facebook group. So if you want to hang out with a bunch of they're absolutely amazing people in this group, in this community, I should say. It's more than just a group. We would love to have you join us. So go ahead and click that link and understand that there are like 3 membership questions that I have everyone answer in order to gain entry. So there is that, and I think that is it. Yes, it is. All right. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.